It's almost 1 a.m. I should start. Hi, my name is Roman. I own Amazon business and we sell this product. We sell projector screens. And I decided to tell you about our story, about our team, about our business, how we manage it, how we keep selling on Amazon for 6 years already across the globe. And I think it should be fun, at least for me, 1 a.m. Okay. Um, in case if you don't know, Amazon Seller Central account looks like this. So whenever you go on Amazon and go to any product, behind this product, there is a seller who manages the Seller Central account, which looks like this. Long story short, it comprised of lots of information and lots of reports, CSV files, lots of data. But honestly speaking, it's really hard to comprehend all of these details all at once, especially when you sell across the globe like we do. You see, we sell, where is it? We sell across these countries, and to manage all of that, it's simply impossible from Seller Central. It's just inconvenient. So what I decided to do, maybe 6 years ago, I decided to condense all of the reports that we see on the fulfillment page and condense them into one little Excel spreadsheet where we can track all of the data and make a proper business decision. So basically, that's why I'm making this video, to tell you all about it. I think this is the best time. Yesterday, 104% tariff was introduced. So when else? Basically, what I did, I condensed all of the information into several spreadsheets and attributed this spreadsheet to different departments. Initially, it was me alone, me and my brother, but then we hired a logistics manager, advertising manager, support manager, and so all of them managed those files together. And that's exactly what I want to show you. This video is for educational purpose only. I'm not trying to sell you anything, at least now. And I just want the world to know that it's really hard and it's really difficult, and especially when the tariffs comes in place, it's really difficult to make a proper business decisions. Again, so let's get back to it. So what I did is I condensed all of the information into the spreadsheet, which looks ambiguous initially, but if you look closer and if you're familiar with the tables and the spreadsheets and love numbers, you would find it pretty comprehensive. So basically, this spreadsheet is used for advertising reports. We see how much of advertising we used for the periods, like week, month, quarter, year, and divide all of the statistics that we have into like organic sales, this candles, dark blue candles, and advertising sales, this pale blue candles. All of together, this is like the base sales of the week. Pretty straightforward, right? And you can see the ad spending that we have for each week. So for example, when we have a deal, we see a spike in sales and a spike in advertising. And after collecting all of the information, the good outcome of this file is that after condensing all of this information, we're able to see the approximate P&L per week, again, per month and per quarter, but we can see how we perform across the week. Again, this kind of information, to retrieve that kind of information from Amazon Seller Center is not easy, and it's nearly impossible, believe me. especially when you want to find out which ASIN performed well or not. That's what I'm showing you right now. So you can see, for example, like this ASIN is sucking money like crazy, and this ASIN is actually doing pretty well. Not going into the details. Again, this files is used by our advertising manager. That's why we have like a KPI. I have accounting background. That's why I'm familiar with all of the tables and the spreadsheets. Um, Luckily, we can see the information even for the months and for the quarter, and we can find any seasonality whatsoever if they existed. And the cool part of this is that I can toggle any country we sell. Like I just showed you Canada, we can toggle. Oh, sorry, I just showed you United States. We can toggle Canada, click calculate, and the numbers should be updated really quickly. Come on, come on. Oh, this is embarrassing. This is embarrassing. It takes so long. Maybe it's just because I'm recording and share screening at the same time. That's why it takes so long. I'm sorry. Again, this is Canada. You like move this spike on the third week of this year. We sold like a 300 screens. Again, these screens, this is the product that we sell. You can find it on Amazon. PropVue projector screen. This is them. Um, so yeah, you see this little spike. It was some kind of a election period in Canada. I don't know. Someone bought 300 screens, which is good for us. It's like 14,000 per 1 week. But again, it's just an outlier. You can see how much of an outlier it is. Oh, and another line that you might be able to see here is this purple line, which attributed to tacos. Tacos, it's not the Mexican dish. In Amazon realm, it's total ACOS. So it's basically how much of a advertising costs you, advertising budget you spend on the total sales that you had. I think it makes sense. Um, yeah. So in our product, it's it's relatively steady across the year. Again, depending on the period and depending on the market. But yeah, let's see, for example, Japan. Yeah, we sell in Japan. I love Japan just because they have less than 1% return rate. People from Japan, I love you if you see this video. While across other countries, the return rates are pretty high, about like 10-12%. Again, we sell projector screens and people sometimes abuse the Amazon rules, meaning that they purchase our product just for the event and then return them. Don't do that, please. Don't do that. Especially these days when Amazon picky in terms of fulfillment fees. So Amazon basically charge sellers twice when they fulfill the unit and then when they return the unit at the facility. But again, I'm just showing you this for the educational purposes only. We see the line of sales, then we see the line of advertising, we see the line of like returns and reimbursements. What's on any returns or any reimbursements we incur during this period. Also, I have this is like the line that we don't have on Amazon. It's a cost of goods sold. It's a pretty important line, I would say, because if the seller doesn't know the unit economics of its product and doesn't know the actual cost of goods sold, it is really, really difficult to stay afloat and to stay profitable. Uh, I hope this is not only the one video that I'm gonna make. I'm gonna explore this in more detail later. But in general, most of the sellers neglect the cost of goods sold. Sorry. Yeah, that's why we have it in my Excel spreadsheet. Um, What else? Then we have the referral fees, sales fees, and in some marketplaces, Amazon withhold the taxes. Let's say UK, for example. So the tax system is different in Europe and the United States. Um, to to make it more quickly in United States, the sales tax applied actually at the checkout. However, in like Europe or Japan, the taxes are embedded into the price. So that's why sellers need to understand actually what is the proper way to no. The sellers should know what exactly how exactly they need to calculate their sales price according to the market. Sorry. Um, yeah, you see that like a take was 28% this April, but April just started, so this data is not full. Uh, we recently launched new products. That's why we increased the advertising cost for these products, and that's why we suffer a huge takers for its products this period in the UK. Actually, this is one of the reasons why I decided to make a YouTube videos, just to trying to unveil this secret of Amazon selling, because and e-commerce in general, because people don't understand that there are actual team working to make it all profitable and to make it all sense. even though even though sometimes it seems so easy just to ship on Amazon and sell on Amazon, but believe me, um, it's incredibly hard. It's incredibly hard, especially when you want to be profitable and when you try to get some money. But anyway, what I wanted to tell you more about our system is that we when we first oh, when we first started and we were selling like in one marketplace in the US and then in Canada, it was relatively easy to manage it without any substitute files in Excel. But once it gets once it gets difficult in terms of taxes and in terms of managing the logistics cost, we had to create another file. This is huge file. You see how much I scroll. This file contains all of the orders that we had with our suppliers since 2018. And to describe you, I'll just take one example for you. Let's say, I don't know, I didn't prepare. Let's say, let's say, yeah, let's take this order, for example, for the Japan. So basically, this file is divided into sections. I'm not explaining you trying to make a link for this file, because it's only internally for the internal use only for us, uh, for our team, me and logistics manager. We use this file simultaneously together because he needs to manage the inventory and I need to manage the money. Um, and I need to manage the money. Mm, that's why I created this file where he can place an order, for example, like 490 units with a supplier. So he placed the order. He then splits this order into the shipments. You see, like three different shipments. Because if you didn't know, Amazon is not allowing to ship units whenever and wherever you want. Amazon actually tells seller where and when he has to ship the units. So in order to be more efficient, we place the order in bulk with our supplier and divide the payment to like different installments. We negotiate the time frame when we do, so it helps us to manage the cash flow properly. Because again, Amazon is a beast, is gigantic beast, and basically it works as a bucket of money. What I mean by that is, when the seller makes a sale, the money doesn't go to the bank account. Money goes to Amazon, and they sit there for good like for considerable amount of time, and in order to manage that properly, we need to negotiate the price with the logistics, with the warehousing, with the supplier, and also we have to pay salary, we have to pay taxes, we have to pay all of the requirements for compliance. And it's crazy difficult, believe me, and that's why we created this second file where we define all of the payments into like um time schedules. Again, for business sharks, it might be obvious and you might use your own software in your factory, but we had to build this from scratch. We had to build it for ourselves, and we have to build it specifically for Amazon. Um, to get it more complicated, so when we negotiate the purchase orders with the supplier and negotiate the payment terms with the freight forwarders and negotiate the price with the freight forwarders, we actually have an ability to get the cost of goods sold like down to atoms. So we have the splits of the cost of goods sold, how much goes to the supplier, how much goes to freight forwarder, how much was for the customs, and in case of cross docking or using like uh, warehousing, we have the special section for the overheads. Again, this file is huge, and it has all of the statistics across all of the time, across 2011, and here's the statistics. Another reason why I decided to make this video is just to look at 2018, 2019. The freight cost was 15% of the total cost of the unit, and there was no tariffs back then. There was zero, nada. And now they becoming to be 104, and we're gonna deal with it somehow. We have no choice. Um, I'm not telling you that just to 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 brag about it, not to brag, complain, to complain about increased tariffs and increased prices, but this vicious cycle of inflation seems to be not going away unless these tariffs erases all of the bad sellers, I would say, who dump the price, who doesn't use proper advertising, who just who just place their product on the ranging just because of the price and the amount of sales. So I don't know. Yeah. Again, this file is huge. We use this for the KPI for the logistics department for calculating the proper bonuses after the end of the quarters and years. It has and the good thing is that I can in my spreadsheet to find out about how much inventory we have on hand across the globe. Again, on Amazon, it's just simply impossible because you have to go to to click to each of the marketplace. You had to log into there. You had to pass the OTP numbers, and it's simply $1 trillion company doesn't tell you how much of inventory you have, to put it that way. But we, in our Excel spreadsheet, we have. That's why I love this. It's robust. It's a little bit maybe complicated for people who are not familiar with tables, but it's pretty comprehensive. But the one drawback, the major drawback of this file, again, we have like inventory on hand, we have inventory that's coming to Amazon across the freight forwarders and across the countries to where they're coming. But the main drawback of this file is that not scalable. It's not scalable at all. It's designed and created specifically for us, and I just cannot share it with any seller to telling you like, guys, plug your numbers and use it. It's just simply impossible. That's why a couple of months ago, me and my brother decided to launch another company. And this is actually the graph that you can see. This is the SaaS platform for the sellers that we're currently building. Our company called PropVue, so the SaaS platform called PropAmp.ai, it stands for Proper Amazon Metric Processor, and we're trying to convey all of the knowledge and all of the know-how that we have on Excel spreadsheet into the web, into PropAmp.ai. I guess that's enough. I guess that's it, right? Again, this is my first shot. I didn't even shower myself. Yeah, it was 20 minutes. Good. I think it's enough. Thank you. My name is Roman. Thank you for watching. If you like it, please let me know somehow. Maybe leave a comment or hit the like button or anything. I don't know how the YouTube works. It's gonna be the first video, hopefully not the last. Have a good night. Thank you.